I thought I'd introduce you to my Honda CB400. It's a 1975 model F1, I believe. Um, what distinguishes the F1 between the F2 is the colour scheme and the fact that the foot pegs rest on the rear swing arm. I've had this bike, I was looking at my paperwork there, and I've actually had this bike for 9 years, and I've done little bits to it, but I've never completed it. And I'm thinking now that I've got 3 bikes that I'm working on at the moment, and they're all going to be finished within the next week or so. So I was talking to Bob, and I decided that this would be the next one to be done. The story behind the bike was that I took this bike as a trade-in. As I say, 9 years ago, the chap wanted a bike that was ready to use, and I had a big TDM, so we done a deal, trade-in, and I took this bike. Now, at the time, the bike was running, or it wasn't running. Sorry, it wasn't running, but we got it running, and it was roughish. You know, it was running quite rough. And I had stripped it down, and Bob and I we looked at the internals of the top half of the engine, which were all good. However, the bore was a bit, we thought the bore was a bit iffy, but we thought it was okay. I'll maybe have some pictures I can put in. There was one of the bores had a line going horizontal rather than vertical, which should have been a sign, so I'll put my hands up there and say that I made a boo-boo by putting the engine back together again, because when we did get her running, some blue smoke was coming at the back. So that needs to be done, that needs to be seen to. When I got her, she had a different exhaust. It was a Delvik, I think, something like that. And I purchased this one from Motad just prior to them going under. This exhaust is a stainless unit, and it's a reasonable copy of the original. And some of the advantages of that are obvious. You know, if it's stainless, then you're not going to get the rust problems that you get with the original. And this one's it looks pretty much like it, and it's you know, the quality is quite good with it. However, if I did get the chance of an original one, I would put it on. The disadvantage of the stainless is that it will probably tarnish up here with the heat, although it will polish back out again. The original one was double skinned, and although it was steel, it was double skinned, and you didn't get that tarnish, so you had that nice chrome finish. The chap I bought it off, he had it in his front room in a multi-storey flat, believe it or not, and it was there for years, and he slowly rebuilt it. When I say rebuilt it, things like these wheels, he would save up, and he would, every now and again, he would get a load of parts from Dave Silver's. I have all the receipts in there. So these are DID wheels. That's an original mudguard. It's an original rear mudguard as well. This is not original, but I do have the original one there, which I'll powder coat. I'll change that out. He replaced all the switches as well, and these are Honda. So he spent quite a bit of money on it, and this was his bike. He was sort of dreaming about putting on the road at some point. However, I think the project became too much, and he just wanted something he could ride, and hence how that deal was done. So I've really parked it and just left it for quite a while. I'm aware that it does need some work, although it's pretty sound in many areas. There's other areas that does need some work, and I'll go through that with you. One of them is the frame. I think I would probably strip this frame and redo it, either powder coat it or paint it. Like these things here, these are, you know, silly things. The wiring, I don't know, I'm not sure about the wiring, but if I'm stripping it down, then that's all going to get inspected anyway. The carbs are actually good because we had stripped them, and they're all pretty good. I have a rebuild kit that I'll probably put in there, and we'll tidy all these wee bits up as well. The front brake was completely redone. It needed a new piston and redone. It's just dirty now, but that was all powder coated and stuff and rebuilt. The chap also put brand new forks on it, Honda forks as well, and a headlamp. So everything is, you know, there's loads of good stuff. I had got hold of these Stanley reflectors, which are quite hard to get, and also got the indicators, Stanley indicators as well. So the basis of the bike is good. I just have to get some time on it and get it finished. I have been collecting some parts which I'll show you in here. As I said about the engine, I sent off to Japan and I got a piston kit because I would measured the bore while we were down there, and I reckon a 1mm over would be perfect for it. So I have the full kit here, the pistons, the gunging pins and the clips, and piston rings and etc. It's a full kit, and I did some research on that kit, and it's known to be very high quality, so I'm pleased with that. Here is the rebuild kit for the carbs. There they are. The thing about the exhaust was I'll just take you back out here again. These clamps, they're pretty grubby, and I have attempted to clean them up a few times. I've tried different things, including plating them, nickel plating them myself, but never had much success, so I decided to get a new set. Now, these ones here are from Dave Silver. They're not the original ones, but I was reliably informed that these ones are actually better than the original ones. The quality of them, the chrome, is supposed to be better, and certainly the feel of them, they feel really good, they feel really substantial. So I'm looking forward to getting them on. A long way for doing that right enough, but I was quite pleased at getting them. On the dashboard in the bike, the little binnacle is brown, but I believe it should be black, so I picked this one up, and it needs a wee tiny repair here, just a wee lug, so I'll probably plastic weld that and repair that, but that'll look better, I think. And while we're on the dash, I may or may not restore the clocks. If I do, I have this kit here to do it. The tackle on the bike is the one that's a bit rough looking. The Speedo looks okay on the bike, but the tackle's a bit rough, and I think that's normal. This red bit fades on them. So either I'll pick up a really good tackle or a new old stock tackle if I can get one, and I'll leave the Speedo as it is, or I'll rebuild the clocks and powder coat the casings. So we'll see how that goes. The other thing on these bikes originally, which I'll back out here again, I'll take a wee walk. The rear sprocket here, originally those sprockets there were fitted with a chain guard, and I found it really hard to get one, and then Dave Silvers did a reproduction, which is here, and again I'm expecting that to be good quality. It cost a fortune actually to get that, but I think it adds to the look of the bike, and that's something that's important, you know, that the bike looks right. So pleased I've got that. The other thing I have is the oil housing casing on the bike is chipped, and I picked this one up a while ago. I've just been saving parts up as we go. If I see something that's good, I pick it up. And this one is Although grubby is absolutely perfect, there's not a chip or a break or a bend on it. So that'll get cleaned up and go on it. Other things I have for the bike are just, I've got some Honda gaskets there, a base gasket and a head gasket, mirror, yeah, a little lock set for the steering lock. So I've just been trying to save up parts as we go. So the hope is that within the next week or so, when I get the little Z200 off the bench, then this is going to go on and we'll get her stripped down and get her completed. The tank and the seat are there. I'll put some pictures of the tank and the seat. I may do some more work to the tank. I think that the tank is actually okay. The pictures I'm going to show you are before I polished it actually. When I polished it, I believe I've tucked it away somewhere. When it was painted, I did a final polish on it, and it did. I'm pretty sure it came up pretty well. But if not, I can remedy that. So there we have it. You know, CB400. It's an iconic bike, and I'm really looking forward to getting it in really good TAD again. And who knows, I might even use it. So if you have any experience of one of these, or any ideas that you could throw at me, or just give me your thoughts, I'd appreciate it. And also, if you're enjoying these videos, I would be very much appreciative if you liked and subscribed. That would really help me out. Okay, so this is part 1. Part 2, I'll have it on the bench, I think, within the next couple of weeks, and we'll continue the story of the bike from there. Okay, take care. Bye for now. Bye.